what is the Google Pixel 2? The Pixel 2 is basically Google's second attempt at creating an Android version of the iPhone 8 and a proper competitor to the Samsung Galaxy S8. Instead of focusing solely on top-end specs and including every feature imaginable, it aims to offer users the cleanest Android experience possible. For the most part, this means you're getting the best of Google in a phone. However, there remain a few areas where improvement is still needed. Pixel 2 price. The Google Pixel 2 will start at £629/$649 for 64 GB, rising to £729/$749 for the 128 GB model. Pixel 2 Design. The smaller of the two Pixel devices is rumored to have been made by HTC, to a Google design, of course, but there's very little of the Taiwanese firm's DNA in this phone. Actually, the Google Pixel 2 feels very different to any other Android phone I've used this year. Even though it's constructed from aluminium, the back has a stony-like finish. It's harsh in texture. Strange at first but, ultimately, super nice. It's far grippier in hand than shiny aluminium and isn't as slippery when sat on a table the same way a glass back is. Neither does it appear to pick up fingerprints. It does give the impression that it might scratch off over time, but we'll have to wait and see if that becomes an issue. Like the previous Pixel, there's a glass shade just above the metal covering the camera sensor and flash. Aside from adding contrast to the metal, this is where all the cellular and Wi-Fi antennas live. Giving them plenty of space should help connectivity, but it also means there are no antenna bands elsewhere. Hopefully this glass panel will be less prone to scratching, which was a real issue with the first device. The rear of the Google Pixel 2 is well designed, then, but the front appears a little old-fashioned. Unlike the Pixel 2 XL or Samsung Galaxy S8, the Pixel 2 has a huge chin and forehead either side of the 5-inch display. The bezel here is more substantial than seen on the iPhone 8, it's even bigger than the XPERA XC1. Overall, the Pixel 2 isn't much smaller than the Samsung Galaxy S8, but the latter sports a much bigger 5.8-inch screen. It seems odd that Google has taken this design route, especially since more and more device makers are opting for a bezel-less look. At least Google has used that extra space on both ends of the phone to add dual front-facing stereo speakers, but it's still hard to forgive in 2017. Like most flagship phones this year, the Pixel 2 is IP67 rated for water resistance. Another, less desirable, trend Google has decided to follow is the removal of the headphone jack. I can only assume the decision was taken to enable waterproofing, but it's a shame. And even though you get a USB-C to 3.5mm port dongle in the box and there are plenty of made-for-Google USB-C headphones coming soon, it's annoying nevertheless.